The formidable Greek philosopher, scientist, intellectual, and scholar Aristotle has contributed as much to the development of Western culture as any person in history over the last 3,000 years. The poet Dante referred to him as the master of those who know, while to many others he is simply known as the philosopher. Born in 384 BC in Stagira in northern Greece, Aristotle descended from a medical family. His father, Nicomachus, served as court physician to King Amyntas III of Macedon. Both of his parents died young, and at age 17, Aristotle was sent to Athens to enroll in Plato's academy. For the next 20 years, Aristotle both studied and taught in the academy, becoming the most gifted of Plato's mentees, even convincing the master to soften some of his deeply held philosophical positions. With Plato's death in 347 BC, Aristotle left the academy to live in Assos, where he married his wife Pythias, who would give birth to his only daughter, also named Pythias. In 342 BC, King Philip II of Macedon summoned Aristotle to his capital, Pella, to serve as tutor to his young son, Alexander. Destined to become Alexander the Great, one of the most accomplished military geniuses of history, Aristotle's tutelage would refine Alexander's character and add wisdom and discretion to his other natural, intellectual, and martial talents. Under the influence of Aristotle, Alexander studied literature and moral philosophy, which provided him with a broader understanding of human nature. His desire to cultivate virtue was so intense that he even slept with a copy of the Iliad under his pillow. So important was Aristotle's teaching that Alexander brought the philosopher with him on his military campaigns. But a single student, even one as impressive as Alexander, was not enough to exhaust the knowledge contained within Aristotle. At the age of 50, he opened his own school, known as the Lyceum. Complete with a library, this philosophical school brought together research students like himself called Peripatetics, which means those given to walking about. The name was derived from Aristotle's habit of pacing during his lectures. Aristotle and the Peripatetics conducted scientific and philosophical research, attempting to answer questions about human existence like, what is happiness? What is the good? And what is the nature of the soul? In the Nicomachean Ethics, named after his son Nicomachus, Aristotle lists 12 primary virtues that must be practiced actively in order to be fully realized in human behavior. For Aristotle, the highest virtues are moral and intellectual, and those who lack virtue are unfortunate. His endless search for knowledge and scientific truth led Aristotle to develop or considerably expand numerous intellectual and scientific disciplines. There is almost no category of knowledge or learning that Aristotle did not enhance in some way. Some of his most important and consistent work was formulating knowledge and arguments about the soul, which he argued separated living things from non-living things, and which dictated the higher capacities that distinguished human beings from other animals. After the death of his former student, Alexander the Great, in 323 BC, Aristotle was forced to flee Athens amid rising anti-Macedonian sentiment. Within a year, Aristotle would fall ill and die of an unexplained digestive complaint. Aristotle's soul may have left his earthly body 2,400 years ago, but his teachings, experiments, and intellectual achievements have endured to this day and helped set the foundations of Western thought and science. In his own words, he understood that the greatest virtues are those which are most useful to other persons.